Hey everybody, my name is David Waters. I'm the plant-powered runner. This is my channel and this is where I talk about running, heart rate training, nutrition, adventure, and everything that I could possibly think of. Oh, including shoe reviews, or gear reviews, or any of that kind of stuff. Anyways, thank you very much for clicking, liking, subscribing, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, on with today's show. So let's go. I've been training using heart rate for the last 17 months. I have to say there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs. And right now, I'm going through one of those times where I need to rest my body. I came back too soon from an ultra marathon. I've been recovering for the past 8 weeks. Yeah, it's a long time, but I've got a lot of running left in me. So let's start. I hope you enjoy. What is Mafftone Method way of training? Basically, it's heart rate training. It is working at building your base, your foundation. It's about training without overtraining, not stressing the body to the point where you're absolutely exhausted after every single run. Building your base actually takes time. And because it takes time, you need to be patient with yourself. When I train using this method, I'm training to build a strong aerobic base. All right, I'm working at getting my lungs stronger. I am working at getting my muscles stronger. When you're running at such a slow pace, you're actually burning fat. Like, you don't need to burn glycogen. You're not going through your sugar stores. When you come back from a run, you know that you literally have been using your own fat as a fuel for that run. Now the question remains, how long do you train and how many miles and kilometers do you run at this pace? That is all individual. I started running, 30 kilometers a week and worked my way up to basically 160, so like 100 miles on my top end. As much fun as that was, it takes time. Yes, I got faster. Right? I got like 3 minutes faster per kilometer. It was flipping amazing. I want to show you one of the waterfalls that I saw, but the water, and it was flowing like crazy. Everybody is going to have a different result, a different outcome, because it is not all about heart rate. There are many factors that go into building your base, and it includes diet. It includes what you're shoving in your mouth, right? Like, what are we eating? Are we eating donuts every day? Are we eating McDonald's every day? Like, what are we doing to ourselves, right? That's what it comes down to. Making sure that you're staying in your correct heart rate, 180 minus your age, and you add 5 beats on if you've been doing well for, 2 years. If you haven't, you got to reduce. Now, if you are on medication, regardless of the medication, Phil Mafftone says you got to reduce it by 10. Right? And so that may be a big shock to everybody. However, this is an experiment of one. Everybody can kind of play around with it a little bit, right? So are we so restrictive on exactly that number? You can be, and I was at the beginning. However, I allow myself a little bit of leeway because heart rate can be different from watch to watch. It can be different if you're wearing a chest strap. About the individual. Okay, not comparing yourself with others. It's literally just, how were you yesterday? How were you the day before? What was going on with you at that point in time? Because even day to day, as you train, it's going to be a different result time and time again. Hey, how do you like your camera?
Just starting to use it.
Nice, that's good. Those are awesome. They're really cool. So question of the day. How many of you are using this method? And how long have you been training at MAF? Comment below. I'd love to hear how things are going with all of you guys. I trained for 6 months before I added some speed in, right? And so that's what you can do, right? You can play around with this. You can run it for 3 months. You can run it for 4 months, 5 months, 6, 10, a year. You could always run this way. It all depends on what you want to achieve. Now, if you want to start breaking some personal records and stuff, you will build a base for a period of time and then switch over and start running some quicker runs, right? So yes, we can all label these things, right? We could say Mafftone Method. That's all I'm ever going to run. Or I'm going to run 80-20. Well, what's 80-20? 80% MAF, 20% anaerobic. And run your tempos and your thresholds and your track work and drills and all that kind of stuff, right? You can do HIIT training. And the longer that you train building your base, you will get stronger, you will get faster, you will be more resilient, right? You'll get some pretty darn cool results with regards to your training numbers. And so whenever I hear people say, oh, I'm no longer running MAF, are you going out for, a tempo run every single day? Right? Is that what you're doing? Because if you are, you're going to get hurt. You're going to overtrain. And that's not cool. But is it the end all and be all? No, there are other ways to train. Like you can use even the Galloway method, Jack Daniels, the DOT system. It goes on and on. There's always some sort of type of training that you can do, right? But you have to figure out what training works for you and what do you enjoy, right? If you enjoy going slow, working at your base, getting faster and faster at the same heart rate, then stick with MAF for a period of time, right? But if you're finding that you're getting bored, then switch over and do 80% MAF and 20% speed. There are lots of different ways to train. I just found this method worked for me because I wanted to increase my mileage. I wanted to run an ultra. I wanted to get faster at the same heart rate and stay injury-free as much as possible. And I think I've achieved all of that until I ran my ultra and then I came back too soon. It happens, right? I get eager, I love to run. And that's what happens. If you come back too soon, you're gonna deal with, possible chance of injuries. There's other factors that go into your whole Maffetone training, right? The temperature, massive. That plays a really big part. Whether it's too cold or whether it's too hot, what's the right temperature, right? 4 degrees Celsius, I find, is the perfect temperature for me when I'm training. And when I'm running, I can really see some amazing results. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for clicking like, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And hopefully you get a lot of benefits from these videos from a perspective of just like the average runner. I know that it's helped me a lot in making these videos. And if you're just coming into the sport, this could be something that you could kind of sink your teeth into. However, I find that even beginner runners tend to just want to go too fast all the time, and maybe even using the Mafftone method to begin with can be a little bit disheartening because they want to run, but when you're training at this intensity to build your base, you may find that you're just going to be walking a lot of the time to begin with. So the question needs to be asked: how long do you train using the Mafftone method? Well, I guess it really all depends on what it is that you're trying to achieve. If you want to run an ultra, this is a perfect way to get there. If you just want to run a marathon, this is a really good method. Now, if you want to run a 10K or you want to run a 5K and you want to run it really fast, this may not be the type of training that you need to be doing. You may need to be doing much faster speed work. However, I'm not a coach. I don't necessarily know all these things, but just from my experience, I find that this has been a great method to really, for me, to increase my pace at a rate that is sustainable, that gives me the best chance of staying injury-free and going those longer distances. So more of time on my feet has really played a big role. If you want to lose weight, this is a great way to lose weight, because this, as you run in that zone and you're burning fat as an energy source, your weight goes down, and that's amazing. Like, I love it. I mean, I've lost tons of weight, 32 pounds of weight doing this way. Now, you can also do it with walking. Walking is fantastic for losing weight because you're really in that zone of just burning fat, right? And and you're not hungry when you're finished. But if you're a runner and you want to run, then this is a great opportunity for you to run in zone 2, burn fat, stay healthy, get fit, have strong bones, have strong muscles, and to be quite honest, have a little bit of sanity and be happy. That's what I found. I am so much happier training this way than I ever have been. And it's been great because I've been able to check out a lot of trails that I wouldn't have been able to see before, because it takes me a bit to kind of get into the trail system. And so running slower, more miles, has been really helpful for that. So I went for a hike not long ago up in Owen Sound, and I want to show you one of the waterfalls that I saw, because flippin', it's the highest I'd ever seen the water, and it was flowing like crazy. So let's have a look right now. Thanks for watching, everybody, and enjoy the waterfall. We'll see you on Sunday. The water washed out part of the trail. You guys ready for this? Seriously, are you prepared to see a beautiful waterfall? Woo-hoo! I think it's time to go to the top.